Hello folks. Well, as you can see, I've started transplanting some new bare-rooted strawberry plants. I've got 5 different varieties. We've got Lucy here, which I've potted up. I've got some El Santas down here. Now the important thing is when you get these is that you just cover the roots but not the crown. The crown's the bit where all the leaves come out of, otherwise they'll rot. So they've had a watering, and because it's no sun and that, I don't need to bother too much for a few days. And they're well drained. I've got holes in the bottom of these. So there's El Santa there. We've got some Corona, which I've got down here, and there's a few Lucy up the top there. And look what we have here. These are the seeds that I sowed last week. And we've got lots of marigolds coming through, African marigolds. I don't know, I'm not counting them. There's 18 what I can see in this one tray, and then there's a load coming through on the other. So these were all the seeds what were left in this tunnel for 18 months, throughout that hot year last year with all those hot temperatures, and they're germinating well. So still early days. You can see we've got signs of some dahlias coming up here in this one. There's a few there, so that's good as well. I've also, I'll just show you, I've got some plug plants here what I've got to transplant. These are geraniums. I'll give them a little pinch at the bottom and then just pull the plant out like that. Now, what I've done, because I got these a couple of days ago, I think it was a couple of days, or was it yesterday? I don't know. Anyway, I've got these trays, and I make sure that they get a good soaking from underneath. And I've kept the cover on so they haven't dried out, and they're going to be all ready for transplanting, which I'm going to do this afternoon hopefully. Now, Father Christmas came to me and brought me 2 of these seed and cutting compost. These came from Marshall's. I've no idea who sent them, whether they come from Marshall's or whether they've actually come from one of my viewers, but whoever it is, thank you very much, much appreciated. Going to use this on these, some of this anyway, on these geraniums. So I'm going to crack on. I've got to make a bit more room to put the new plants, and then I'll show you once I've finished. Okay folks, well I've just potted on 18 of these geraniums into these 6-cell pots, and I've got to say I've used this seed and cutting compost, the Grow Sure, and I've never really used anything quite like it, because I'm used to sowing everything in just general multi-compost, because I could never afford this sort of thing. But oh, it's lovely to work with. Yeah, I think I will in future with my future seeds probably be, you know, trying some more. Anyway, what I've done, I've actually written on the back seed and cutting, just to remind me that that was the soil, the compost that I've used for these particular trays, because the other ones I'm going to use the normal multi-compost, I think, because I want to use this ideally for the seeds, for future seeds, what I'm going to grow. So I'm going to save these down here, this 1.5 bags, for that. But yeah, the difference between this, what I've got up here, which you can see all chunks of wood and all sorts in, and this is just fantastic. So we'll see how it goes. One thing that I do, I put these covers over to add some added protection. So, and I believe tonight we could be getting a frost. Certainly up northern England, could be up to -6. So I'm going to make sure that these are covered with this plastic, because this is in the sheltered spot, especially over that end, because there's a big hedgerow there, conifers and that. So it's very sheltered there. It's got this stuff above here on the tray and that, so it shelters quite a lot from above. And it's away from the other side, so yeah, I'll just use those as added protection. Hopefully that'll be more than enough. It's done me okay for the last few years, and yeah, I'll keep you informed on how things go. Just finally, I've still got some more strawberries to go in. They come like that, the bare rooted plants, in a bag. I'm keeping them damp, and same with the geraniums. I've just had them in the water there, and so they're not going to dry out until tomorrow, because that's when I'll finish them off, and I'll get those in tomorrow. Yes, really looking good. And then maybe once I've got top of all that, then I could perhaps get some more seeds sowed. Okay, thanks for watching. Hello folks, a little update from the garden. You can see we've got some nice flowers appearing. You'll have to excuse any dog muck though. I haven't tidied it up since Lady's been busy with it. we've got some tulips coming up. The daffodils are, I was going to say they've gone over, but there's one or two still coming out, which is good. The hollyhock down there is growing back. Now I've got to cut the stem down at the top, going up the middle. It actually was out in leaf until January, believe it or not. It was amazing. So in this bed, while Lady's been playing around, we've got oriental poppies down here, and they've grown quite a bit from the other day, but I believe there's 2 in there, and then obviously the big one there. Now there used to be another one over there, but I think that's gone for the chops. The clematis is coming out in leaf. It's on the fence there. Look at the pear tree. Sorry about sun folks, but just look at that. And the plum tree. That's coming out in blossom soon. Amazing. We've got yellow daisies coming out down there. They'll grow to about 2 foot high, they should, hopefully. There's a couple of oriental poppies in there as well. Down here we've got some tulips. These are, I can't remember what the colour on these are, but they're, as you can see by the foliage, they're a big, healthy, tall variety. And there's some under the tree there. Over there there's some polyanthers, I think, which are tucked at the back, and there's also another one at the back there. Let's come round. There's nothing really happening with the apple. Oh, no. Yes, there is. Look at that. That's going to be That's got signs of life, hasn't it? So that won't be long before that's out. Now over here, we've got lots of young down here, the young polyanthers, self-setters. We've also got aquilegia growing down here. There's some poppies I've seen in there, and obviously the tulips. We've got the hellebora there. And I haven't looked in that part, so I'm not sure what's happening there. In here, a lady dug it all up. There was a nice, Sweet William in here, but that's no longer there. Don't think, although there is something popping its head through. I'm not sure what that is. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some lilies in here. I've got some bulbs, and we'll just see how they go. Over here, again, daffodils, tulips. Oh, and we've got the Sweet William. I'm sure that was Sweet William, which has survived. So, I'm quite pleased about that. But look at this, folks. Camellia, you can see by the amount of flowers on the floor, it's been spectacular this year. Still lots of buds on there, so still not over yet, but it's been amazing. And if we look over there, you can see we've got quite a lot of tulips. We've got a lot of lily plants. They're all self-setters, multiplying everywhere. I'm going to let them grow this year. Bit of weeding to be done. Hopefully I'll start on that next week, I think. Get that all tidied up and that, so that's good. Lady, look at her. She likes to explore, don't you, baby? You like to explore. Say hello. Come on then, you come down. These are all these have got to be sorted out. There's nothing in these. So that's the update from the garden. I'll be back in a little while for another video, which will be from the Polytunnel. Okay folks, not quite finished with this video. Now look what we've got down here. These are foxgloves. And if you look over here, you can see we've got quite a few more. So there's probably about a dozen plants there. They're all self-setters. What's probably happened here is that when I've got rid of the foxgloves in the late summer, autumn, and I've put them into the bins, the wind's probably blown the seeds over here, and that's basically what's happened. But they like untouched soil, can be poor quality, and you'll often find them growing. I don't know if I was going to say down in against the walls in little cracks. Let me just see if there's any. No, there's none there. But anyway, probably over here. Yeah, you can see. Oh, I don't know. No, they're not foxgloves. I don't know what they're. Oh, I've got some bindweed over there. That's not very good. And down here, we've got all those. What do they call them? Grape hyacinths, is it? And they're all self-setters, which have all. Obviously, we had some at some point, and then they've just multiplied. They look really fantastic. In fact, let's go and have a look, because I've got to come through here to go in the polytunnel. Oh, we've had a lot of winds, so there's things blowing everywhere which I've got to tidy up. But don't they look beautiful? They're looking really good. I've got to start again, folks. Welcome to the garden polytunnel. With here we've got dahlia early birds, and it's the first time I've grown those, but they're looking really nice plants. Won't be long before I'm going to be, when I get the next lot of leaves on, I'll be starting to transplant them into little pots. In here we've got there was sown some Icelandic poppy seed, but nothing's happened, and to be honest with you, I've never managed to grow them, not this way anyway. And we've got lupins. There's 6 lupins in there growing, so yeah, very chuffed with that. Got a couple of giant zinnias in here. Nothing's happened with the bishop children, so oh, I've just noticed we've got another one coming through, the zinnias, so yeah, that's good. And then down here, these are all antirrhinums. Look at that, got loads coming through. They obviously like it, don't they? And here we've got some showpiece dahlias. These are the 4 feet high varieties, which I've grown for the last few years. And there's 7 in there, so I'm quite pleased with that. And if I take you down here, these are all those bare-rooted strawberry plants what I got, and I've put them in the pots. Got to add a bit more soil into some of these, because you can just see they need to be covered a little bit better, but they're okay for the moment. And yeah, I've got the El Santas, we've got some Corona, and they're looking they're coming on nicely. We've got some Lucies up here, and then we've got down here, this is where I've not labelled them up. Never mind. We've got some Cupids over here. So what I've got is a variety that will cover me through the season, I hope. Got more, just look at that. Look at that, folks. Isn't that great? It's like in that position. And what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to move some of these what are covered in the dark area and put them up here, over here, so they can have a bit more light. Quite pleased with that. Down here we've got the geraniums growing away. And the same here. Plus I've still got some bare-rooted strawberry plants to put in. Along here, right, something has got to my marigolds, and it's had both lots. Whether it's slugs, I don't know. Initially I thought it might have been a mouse or something, because there was bits being dug up and what have you, so I don't know. I'm not getting disheartened about it, it's just one of those things. Nothing happening with the dahlias at the back there, but here, and these are dahlia mixed, cactus mix, and you can see we've got quite a few of those. Something's had a little nibble, a snail, but not looking too bad. Quite pleased with that. So that's it, folks, that's all I've got going. We're going to pot those up, maybe today, I'll see. And what I'm doing is, I'm just keeping them damp, and not you know, and that's good enough to keep them alive until I get to transplant them. Quite hardy strawberry plants are, but I can't leave it too late, because otherwise we're not going to get any fruit this year. I'm not one of these who waits until the second year. I will pick the fruit the first year. It hasn't seemed to have affected my crops of strawberries. So, but obviously It will be different for everyone. So that's it for now. It looks rather a mess in here, but at least I've got things growing this year, which is more than I did last year. And I've still got more to sow. So, okay, thanks for watching. Good morning folks, and welcome to the garden. I just thought I'd give you a little update so you can see how things are progressing. We've got some lovely flowers out. Great hyacinths. You know, I can't think what these are. That one there slipped me mind. These, pretty sure they're Aquilegia. I've got some interest. I've sprinkled loads of seeds, wild seeds and that, so it'll be interesting to see what comes up. You can see we've got all sorts of, even in the pebbles here, different things growing. We've got some daffodils out, and the tulips are on the way. Obviously the daffodils are nearly over now. One of my painted ornaments are on top of the bird bath here. That's a good position. Lady got in here, as you can see. She's flattened it, flattened this down, but nevertheless you can see we've got the poppy growing here, big one there, a few tulips coming up, a few little daffodils. The clematis, that's coming on nicely. And just look at the pear tree, it's coming out in leaf. And the plum tree, well, what can you say about that? Hey, not done too bad of a job at pruning. Plenty of flowers on there, that's absolutely loaded. Whether we get any, that's a different matter. And just look down here, we've got the daisies coming out. They're a bit shorter than normal, but never mind. There's still plenty of time for them to grow. Some very big tulips down here, plants. They're going to be nice. Just over the back there, we've got some polyanthus, I believe, or are they permanent? Yeah, polyanthus. That's over there. The apple tree is starting to come out in leaf, as you can see. Let's take a walk round here. Now, yes, Lady got into here again when I had my back turned, and she's dug it all up, which is a real shame. But I've sprinkled loads of seeds in there as well, so we'll just have to see how things progress. And can you see I've got the, she bit the, oh, that's the butterfly plant. Oh, my mind, slipped my mind. It'll come to me, never mind. Daffodils are going over, but we've got some tulips to come up here. Don't they look nice? The cockerel and the duck with its little babies. Oh, that's fantastic. And if we look over the back here, the camellia is nearly coming to the end of its flowering stage. As you can see, lots of flowers on the floor. It's been absolutely fantastic. And just look at all the tulips we've got at the back there coming. And we've got the lilies. Got a lot of weeding to do. I haven't done any yet this year, but I will get into that. As you can see, that was from the bird seed from these feeders, which do need filling up. So it looks a bit of dump in parts. As you can see, the shed I need somebody to help me to cover that. Also need the money to to get it, but never mind, can't do that for now. Come back to this bed. Now there's a lot, we've got the Aquilegia, there's a lot of polyanthers what have multiplied. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pot those up, those little new plants, ready to be replanted in the autumn. The Hellebora, look how that's, well there's two there, look how they've grown and recovered. They obviously like it now. I think it might have been putting all that manure, organic manure onto these beds. It's probably helped matters. I'm not sure what's growing at the back there. Lady dug a few times, and so we'll just have to see what happens. But yeah, I'm quite happy. It's not as bad as I thought. In fact, better than I thought. We've got a few surprise things to come up, so I'm quite pleased about that. Okay, so that's the garden. I'm now going to give you a polytunnel update. Here we are, folks, as promised, a polytunnel update. As you can see, the dahlia early birds have given me a good lot of seeds, a good lot of plants. They're looking very healthy. We don't want those snails. That's the thing you've got to watch. Now look at the lupins. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's one there. Yeah, they're going nicely. So we'll have 5 plants there, which was great. And here we are, the antirrhinums. They're growing nicely as well. Very pleased with those. And we've got some showpiece dahlias. Okay, there's 7, so yeah, as long as I can keep them I'll be quite happy. I don't need any more. And the strawberry plants, remember they were those bare rooted. They're growing. I'm going to show you something with those in a minute. Oh yeah, these are all the geraniums what I've got growing. And then we've got, what we've got here. These are a cactus dahlia. We've lost all the others, something's ate them. But look here, folks. We've got the first flowers on the new strawberry plants. Hey, can you believe that? That is just amazing, isn't it? It's Lucy, that is. So, yeah. They're looking very good, those plants. And then we've got more down here. I move them around so they get the light. But I have to admit, for the last couple of days I forgot to come in here to water. So I've gave them all good water now. But strawberries don't need a lot of water. And what you've probably noticed is I've watered over the top. Really, you should water to the roots. That will stop any... well, it doesn't matter at this stage, to be honest. But once they've got fruit and that, the fruit can rot if you overwater them. More geraniums. They're growing. I'm quite pleased. So, considering, not done too bad really, but that's the highlight for today for me. Flowers on the straw. I've just got to make sure they pollinate. Now, as far as pollinating goes, you don't need to rely just on insects. It's all down to a bit of movement in the air. So you don't even need to use a brush. You just need to, I mean, these have been watered, so it's not the best time to do this, but just move around, and then if there's any male and female, they'll sort themselves out, and Yeah. Oh, I'm all it's hot in here. Pollinate is what I was trying to think of. Oh, I tell you what, I'm so tired at the minute. Oh, I'm just looking here. These are zinnias, a giant variety, and we've got 3 in there. And once again, we've got some more geraniums there. There's one obviously succumbed. I've got water left. I'm gonna have to give those a water. But the good thing about geranium plants is they like dry conditions, so they'll survive. That's how we'll get those a little water. You don't need to overwater geraniums. Okay, so that's it then, folks, for now. Thanks for watching. Hello, folks. Well, I believe it's the 1st or 2nd of June 2019, and I've done a few videos over the last few months, but they never got up, so this will be tagged on to the end. As you can see now, we've got some poppies just up there. We've got these Welsh poppies down here. We've got some Aquilegia which are going over now, and there's some new ones coming up, which is good. And then if we move over here, well, you can see we've got some more of those Welsh poppies down here. But then down here, just look at that, look at that beauty. It's gone a bit over now, but first thing this morning is when it came out, and it's lovely. Now, you'll have to excuse me coughing and what have you. I've got a chest infection. We've got Aquilegia which are going over up top there. They've been beautiful. So all this plant here is all going to come out like the poppy. It's the same plant. So there should be loads, as you can see here, loads of flowers coming out soon. And it spreads right the way across over here, so I'm hoping to get some lovely photos to paint. We've got a hollyhock here growing. And then I'll just come around here, and you can see where ladies destroyed the bed, but we've still got Aquilegia growing in there. Got a tree at the back I've got to cut down, and these here are hollyhocks. Look at those. The apple tree has got some apples on, but it's also got some disease, and I've just not felt well enough to do anything in the garden. Under here we've got some poppies. I've left them. You can see I've left it. The garden's a bit wild this year. Now, if you listen carefully, at the bottom there, you can hear various birds, and that's because there's some baby birds. Now, I'm not sure whether it's a wren or whether there's a goldcrest down there. I know they're both around here because I've heard them, but anyway, we're just going to have a little peep. We're not going to disturb them. Just want you to see the alliums. They're going over a bit now. And look at these. These are going to be the poppies. These are like a orangey red. And then over here, and you can't see most of them, this is clematis. And then if we move across to here, bleeding heart. We've still got some forget-me-nots flowering, and we've got some beautiful daisies over there. The pear tree's got quite a few pears on, However, the plum tree's been decimated by bugs, and we're not going to get anything there. I think it's a wren, baby wrens, because they like to nest low down near a bank. Right, we'll leave them in peace. So, this year, folks, is the first year that we've left the garden kind of in a wild state, and it's interesting to see all the different flowers what are here. Now, I will have to have a tidy up when I'm feeling a bit better. These are Californian poppies here, and that just there is a dahlia what's been left in from the previous year. I say, like a jungle, folks, like a jungle. Ah, and we've got a dahlia here as well. Pretty sure that's a dahlia, yeah. I think it is. No, maybe not. No, it's not. No, I don't know what that is. We've got a poppy at the back of it. Now, just over there, in the wilds of the overgrown stuff, we've got some calendulas growing. Now, these here are going to be beautiful. That's phlox. Same with over there, down here, and there's some at the background as well. So there's going to be lots of flowers in this part. So it's going to be quite exciting to see how it turns out. Now, there's lots of other stuff growing here as well. Now, some of those may be nice plants as well. I don't know, because I sprinkled seeds, so I don't know what's growing and what's not. But it's all exciting stuff. Oh, you can just see that plant's coming out with white flower. Oh, if you look here, you can see the apples forming. But you can also see we've got lots of this woolly aphids, is it? I think it is. I think that's what it is. And I just not got around to it, so... There's nothing been sprayed at all in the garden this year. Right then, folks, so that's basically it. Oh, did I show... I don't know whether I showed you these poppies, did I? I don't know. Maybe I didn't. Oh, there was about 6 or 7 of them this morning, but they've all gone. But you can see there's still a few more. The bits what are drooping down, the buds, they're the ones what will flower. The ones what have straight up, they're the ones what have flowered. They don't flower for long. You can see just here we've got a foxglove hiding in the overgrown rose. This is a tree that needs to come out. Got a thistle down there, I believe. That's phlox again here. And yeah, there's not, that's about it really, folks. So yeah, the garden's looking completely different to how it normally is. Normally it's kind of tidy and uniform, whereas this year we've left it for the nature, for the birds, for the bees and the hedgehogs, etc. And it's just going to be interesting to see how it pans out this year. Right, thank you for watching.